Hi, everyone. I'm Mrs. Alviar, and I teach choir at Black Hills High School and Tumwater Middle School. So this presentation is actually for both choirs at both schools. And I just wanted to tell you a little bit about myself, my experience, where I studied, and then a little bit about my personal life as well. Most of my students know that I got my graduate degree in choral conducting at the University of Washington and my undergraduate degree in music education at Eastern Washington University over in Cheney. As far as my home life, I am married, and over in the corner is a picture of me and Mr. Alviar in a play that we were in back in college. And we've known each other since middle school. We actually met in choir. And I have two beautiful daughters. My youngest daughter is Claire, and she is 18, soon to be 19, and she just graduated from Capitol High School. My oldest daughter is Sophia. She goes by Sophie, and she is 21. And in addition to obviously loving music, my other hobbies are hiking and backpacking. I have a picture there on one of my hikes. Not everybody knows that I love to paint, and so the little choir boy picture, that's an oil painting I did many years ago for my mom. And then, as far as other hobbies, I love to write. I really feel, a kinship with kids who are poets and writers and who journal and things like that because I love all of that. And I'm an animal lover, dog lover specifically. We have two dogs, Bo and Shadow. Bo is our basset hound, and Shadow is a Labradoxy. So that's just a little bit about who I am. I love music. I love choir. This is a challenging time for all subject areas, but I really believe that we can do some creative things and probably some really needed things to update music education and make it more relevant. So I hope you will stick with me on that journey. And I'm looking forward to meeting all of you in our Zoom meetings and hopefully in person soon. Going on to our choir syllabus and choir expectations. Looking a little bit different this year, but the bottom line is the expectations to get an A in the class are that you make sure that you watch all of the asynchronous or the recorded videos like this throughout the year. Don't just kind of like fast forward through them. I know that that's really tempting. I've done it myself, but really watch the videos. There's valuable information in them. And plus, it'll make you feel like you know me a little bit better. So watch those. Make sure you come to the Zoom meetings. You will not be in a Zoom meeting the whole time on camera. What I plan to do is take attendance, go over some things, and then set you loose either listening on your own on mute. You can mute your camera, you can mute your microphone, to your practice tracks for the songs that we're going to be learning. Or, there may be a lesson of the day, but you'll do that on your own. We're not going to do a whole lot of me lecturing over Zoom, but I will take those first few minutes of class to touch bases and tell you what the expectations are. Make sure you come to the Zoom meetings unless you have a really good reason not to. On your honor, please participate in the warm-ups. Just like in regular choir, we have to warm up every day. And again, I know it's tempting to skip those, but please, put on your headphones, shut your bedroom door, whatever you have to do, and tell your family to deal with it. And really make sure you're warming your voice up every day or every time that we meet before we do actual rehearsing. We'll do a mix of the warm-ups that we are used to at Tumwater Middle School in Black Hills. Mr. Alviar and I created a screencastify of some familiar ones, but I'm also going to be having you do warm-ups that are posted by college choirs, because that way when you're singing listening to other choirs sing. It's hard sometimes just to sing by yourself in an empty room. So we'll kind of vary it. Sometimes we'll just put new things on there that nobody has seen before. And that's kind of fun because we'll learn new warm-ups too. And then other times I'll just put on the one that Mr. Alviar and I recorded. Let's see, you will be using rehearsal tracks as well as your own music. I am making copies of music for everybody. So my goal is to have everybody be able to pick up their music and have actual paper copies of music at home. Usually you can digitally access the music if you prefer that, but I want to make sure you're not staring at a computer all the time. But you will have rehearsal recordings to listen to your part, which is something new for you, but actually not new at all for like all state choir students. They've had rehearsal recordings for years. So it's not a super new concept. It's just something we haven't done a lot of. But you'll be expected to be listening to those and learning your part. Okay. Um, you need to choose a path in choir, one of two paths. The first path is a vocal emphasis performance based path. And what that basically means is you will be expected at some point later on to record your part and sing it for me. So you have to be comfortable with that. And I know the advanced singers are. The great thing is you can record it over and over. So it's not a live thing. You can record it until it's perfect. But you have to be comfortable with that because that's the only way I can put together and edit a virtual choir. So that is, if you choose the performance path, the expectation is that eventually you will send me a copy, a recording of your part, whatever song we're working on, and then you're comfortable with that being included in a virtual choir. And I'll play some of those choirs for you. If you're really not comfortable singing by yourself on camera and sending that recording to me, you will want to choose a non-vocal, non-performance based path. You will still be given all the music and you are still expected to be working on it with your rehearsal recordings. The difference is you won't have to make that recording and send it to me, which is comforting to some kids who just really have stage fright. Maybe you change your mind and you decide you want to be part of the virtual choir. To be part of the virtual choir performance, which is going to be a really cool project, you do eventually have to send me a recording of yourself singing your part. If you're not up to that, then what you'll do is instead of that virtual choir performance, you'll either do a project based on like music appreciation or music history. You'll put together a project that you and I will discuss, or you'll focus on something pertaining to music technology, which is really obviously a super current topic right now. And so you can choose one of those areas, either kind of music history, appreciation, or music technology. My hope, though, is that as many people as possible will choose that performance track because that's really most close to what we do in a physical classroom. We sing, but we usually are singing with other people, so it's a little bit different this year. I hope that answers your questions. As far as grading goes, it's pretty much like past years. 50% of your grade will be based on that virtual choir performance. That's like a concert. Or if you are not part of that virtual choir performance, you will submit your project at the end of the semester, and that will be the 50% of your grade. And so that will be kind of a culminating project for you. 30% of your grade is written assignments. Those will be posted on Google Classroom. A lot of times those are related to music theory, music history. We have a new program for the high school kids called Breezing Through Theory, and that's all done online. So it's supposed to be pretty good, so I'm looking forward to it. And then 20% will be the tests that you take on those topics. And I'm very, very gracious with allowing retakes as long as you're making a good faith effort to do the assignments, to listen to the music samples. There'll be a lot of listening, listening to YouTube videos and things like that. Also, a lot of opportunities for you to share music that you love and that you're passionate about. That's something I really enjoyed in the spring, was hearing about your music, favorite musical artists and why you love them and why you're passionate about the music that you're passionate about. That's something we don't talk about in normal choir. And we really had a chance to dive into that more. And I loved reading some of the writing that I got in the spring was just really amazing. And I learned who you all are on a totally different level. So I hope we're able to keep those elements of what we had in the spring. But we're also going to be branching out into singing. So I'm excited about that. For those students interested in either private voice or piano lessons with me virtually, those are free. They will be half an hour a week to be scheduled. We don't know exactly when those will be, but a half an hour a week. And those are extra. Those are not expected. They are extra enrichment opportunities for students who want to participate in the district solo and ensemble competition, which will hopefully be in person, but will definitely be virtually if not. So there will be opportunities for those kind of enrichment activities for students who really want to take their singing to the next level. So let me know. That is not a required activity, the voice lessons, but if you want to do that, I've already had several students contact me. So those will fill up pretty quick. So let me know if you're serious about that and that's something you want to work on. Aside from that, I can't wait to see you all. Those of you who I know, I've missed you so much. It feels like it's been forever since I've seen you face to face. And I've missed making music with you and hearing your voices. So I'm looking forward to seeing you, even if it's virtually. For those of you who are new, coming into either Tumwater Middle School as a sixth grader or some new Black Hills students who we have, I really look forward to seeing you. I hope that you have a great experience with choir this year. It's going to be, quite a ride for all of us. And I think we all know that, but we have to just dive in with sort of a spirit of exploration and discovery and take advantage of what we can, like, what works in this format. And with music, there's a lot that does. I mean, you all live in this space. So that's the way I try to see it in kind of a positive light. Looking forward to seeing you all on September 9th and beyond. And please reach out to me if you have any questions. I'll see you soon.